Hi guys, and welcome back. So today I want to talk to you about how I cope with infertility. Infertility can be very emotionally, mentally, and physically draining. Sometimes you feel like you're alone and no one understands you, but I have found some things that make me feel a little more at peace and kind of accept this fate, if you will, and be able to move forward. Number one, it took me a long time to tell anyone that my husband and I were struggling with infertility. I remember, when family would ask me, I would always just say, oh, we just want to travel. And of course we did want to travel, but I would just say that that was the reason why it was holding us up on, getting pregnant, because everyone apparently thinks it's easy to get pregnant, but obviously it's not. Every time they would just ask us, I would always just say, oh, it's because we want to travel. And I would just swallow all these tears because I just wanted to cry and be like, I don't know why. I don't know why I haven't been able to get pregnant. I wish it was that easy, but it's not. So talking about it is something that has helped me so much. I remember when I hit that 1 year mark and I was doing all of the testing, I was sitting in my parents' kitchen table and my mom and I were sitting right there. And I remember I got the results to my blood work and everything came back normal. And I got a sense of relief, but I also felt defeated because I was like, great, everything's good. Thank God that, that I'm healthy, my husband's healthy. But then it made me think, well, then what is the issue? What is it that we're doing wrong? Why haven't we been able to get pregnant? And I just started to cry and I told my mom, no, she said, what's wrong? And, I told her, I was like, I haven't been able to get pregnant, Mom. And she had no idea that whole time, we were struggling. And she kind of felt bad because she's like, why didn't you tell me any sooner? I don't ever want you to feel alone. And when I started being more open, I felt, I'm gonna get a little choked up. I felt more accepted. My family just started accepting it and not always, talking about how, oh, they can't wait till they have grandkids. And of course, we want kids, but it hasn't been easy. And so that whole time my parents would talk before, I came out and told them, before I came out of the infertility closet, they would always talk about, oh my goodness, you need to hurry up and have kids. We want kids. And I would just swallow all those tears and hold back. I don't know what I was fearing. I felt ashamed. I didn't feel woman enough, and that's not a good feeling. And once I decided to be open with everyone, I'm open with everyone now. Every time someone asks me like, oh, why haven't you gotten pregnant? I literally tell them I just haven't been able to. I don't know why. I felt so much better. So if you're ashamed or anything, don't feel ashamed and talk about it. Be open. And this can also fall under the same one, but talk to a counselor. That's what I did. And when I told my family was very supportive and they are there for me. However, my mom still tells me that I just need to relax, and it doesn't get me mad or anything. I know sometimes it does bother me when other people say like, oh, relax, or, go on vacation. Do you know how many vacations we've been on? Do you know how many times I've gotten drunk? Nothing. So going to a counselor actually helped a lot because I kind of someone was just listening to me. I didn't have that unsolicited advice, that unpopular opinion. She just listened to me, and that felt so good to talk to someone. So that was a long one, and sorry, I didn't mean to get a little choked up. It's just, when I talk about it, it makes me feel better. You're getting something off your chest. So number 2 is find a hobby, whether it's, working out or doing something something that keeps you occupied. So one day, my husband, he works so much, I like barely see him. And one day we were fighting, and, I told him how I felt alone. And, this whole fertility stuff is just getting to me at times. And he's like, you need to find a hobby. You need something to do. He's like, you can't sit at home alone and just, think of a million reasons why you haven't been able to get pregnant. He's like, you need to find a hobby, do something. And there's this yoga studio close to our house, and I always wanted to go to it, but just for one reason or another, I just didn't want to go because I didn't have the courage to walk into a yoga studio by myself and, go to classes, because I'm the type of person that every time I do something new, I need to have someone with me. So we used to go to the gym, my husband and I, but he just started getting a little more busy at work, and then it was just me, and I can't find the motivation to work out on my own. I can't push myself to, just go on a treadmill and run. So when I found this yoga studio, it is literally the best thing ever, because I do a mixture of hot yoga. Hot yoga is literally the best. Hot yoga, hot Pilates, and TRX. And so that has got me very active, and I've actually met people there. And it also gave me that confidence in myself, and, to feel better about myself and be okay about my situation and accept everything. To me, finding a hobby was something that helped a lot. For me, my hobby is doing hot yoga, doing hot Pilates, and TRX. So maybe you can try scrapbooking. I used to scrapbook in high school all the time. I loved it. Or baking. Usually in like from October to December, I try to, do a new dessert every other day if I can. So that's something that I really enjoy, is trying out new recipes, even though my husband never really eats my cookies.
Yes, I do.
I'm just kidding. He does. But last year I made some, I think they were vegan pumpkin cinnamon rolls. Oh, they were so good. Sorry. Anyway, find something. I would personally say, get active, because you release all your endorphins and it makes you happy, and it gives you a little boost within yourself. And number 3, last but not least, is writing in a journal. So I already ran through my other journal. I'm on my second journal, so I'm proud of myself. I decided to journal at the beginning of this whole fertility journey. When I wrote the other journal, I was 6 months into trying to get pregnant, because I remember the first page said, blah, blah, blah. It's been 6 months since I've been trying to get pregnant. So writing in a journal has definitely helped me. It helps me express things that maybe I can't express out loud or to someone, or maybe, I've had a long day, and, when I get home and finally lay in bed, I write in it, and it makes me feel better. And actually, so I got this one off of Amazon, and it says, God has made everything beautiful in its time. So I think this is super cute. And it actually, at the front, it says, to and from, and I put to future children, and from me, of course. So I hope to one day give this to my kids so that they can see everything that we went through just to get you to this world. But yeah, so at the bottom, I thought that these were the type that had a different like Bible verse or quote at the bottom every day, but it actually says the same one. It says, give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His love endures forever. And that is Psalm 118:29. So they're super cute, but yeah, it's literally the same quote in every page. I know in the other one, at some point, I started documenting what I was eating, and what foods were fertility friendly, And I think it's actually also super cool to, have your journal, because you're able to look back and see the person you were back then and see what your thoughts were. Like I said, in my other one, I wrote at the time, oh, we're 6 months in. And now I look back and I'm like, oh, Marisol, boy, did you know what a long road you had ahead of yourself. Always remember the struggles, but remember that we are all strong. So with all that being said, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you do any of these things. Hopefully they help you out, and they definitely have helped me cope with, you know, all of this. I do think I'm a lot stronger than I was. I know that we will all get through it. We all will. So I hope that you find this video useful. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and please subscribe. I would love for you to stick around and go through my journey along with me. So I will see y'all later. Bye.